is it too late for someone that's in very ill condition? What's it like? What's that experience? How can it be? How can I still be in a choiceful situation? And my little story on that is I had the opportunity to be around a certain individual. His name was Mike Christofferson, and his wife was named Kathy. And he suffered from very serious ALS, late stages ALS. We had him on service for about over a year of servicing this man. And Mike was a great guy. I mean, just giving back all the time. His wife was wonderful, Catherine. And over that period of year of getting to know him, we were doing the normal things, the normal ADL, IDL stuff, just making sure it's more comfortable for him to be able to get around. And soon he started to lose his ability to walk. He started to have his breathing problems. As you that know the disease happens, it just happens. And as that started to happen, his wife and him started to do some planning. And they said, you know what, we need to do something here. And unfortunately, it took a real turn for the worse right at that moment where he stopped talking. And he couldn't talk, and he couldn't breathe very well. He was on a CPAP mask and such. Well, his wife called us and said, you know what, we really got to do something here. Can we get Mike to our cabin up on Lake Mille Lacs, because that's what he really loves to do. And in fact, it's really about his buddies. His buddies want to do this for him. So it wasn't about her or him, it was also about his buddies, because he had about 4 or 5 guys that they always would go up to the cabin and have a good time. And he said, can you do that for us? Can you help make us happen, even though he's in a really bad physical shape? And we were VUCA, we were like, what the heck, how do we do this? I don't know. I mean, he's transportation, his breathing apparatus, all these different things. I said, you know what, we got to do it. We got to figure it out. So we ended up figuring it out, and we got Mike up to his cabin with his buddies, and they actually got him out on the pontoon boat, and they spent the whole day out together. What a beautiful thing for him to be out there with his buddies and having that kind of experience. Well, we got him back, and he came back from that weekend with his buddies. That helped so much to make that happen. And he even took more of a turn for worse now, and he was imminently in a position where he wasn't going to be around for too long. He got back to his house, and we were thinking, woohoo, we're so great. Look at us. We got this done. We made this happen. How wonderful. And we were kind of celebrating in our office on what a beautiful thing that was. Well, lo and behold, 2 days later, his wife called again. And she said, that was awesome, and I can't thank your team enough for doing that, but I didn't get to go with Mike, and I didn't get to have my time with Mike up at our cabin. And is there any way in the world you can do that again, one more time? And so we're like going, oh my gosh, how do we do this? Now he's hard to communicate with. It's just not working. So we figured out we had 6 or 7 people that had to take this man up, figure out how to take this man up there to get with his wife up to the cabin on Mille Lacs. And we ended up figuring it out, and we coordinated it where he did get up there for the day. And he got to be with his wife out on that pontoon boat, and he got to be in his place of happiness. Later that night, he was in the chair, and Mike was a big hockey guy, huge hockey guy. And it was the time of the Stanley Cup. And Mike was in that chair watching with his eyes, just bright as heck, watching that game of hockey. His wife came over, kissed him goodnight. Mike, he's still obviously all there inside, right? He, recognized that. She went to bed, and as Mike finished up with that game, he motioned our caregiver who was there over to him, motioned him over with his body, this kind of upper torso. And our caregiver went over to him, and as clear, he said, you tell my wife I love her, and I can't thank you enough for the opportunity to give me the choice. And he ended up passing away right there in that chair in that time. And so that story to me is a searing on my soul of what this is all about. And it doesn't, purpose and passion has nothing to do with your body. It has to do with your choice and your opportunity. And I just couldn't help myself but to tell you that story because it means so much to me. And I think it's relevant too. It's never too late.